Good morning. Good morning. What's going on, you guys? What's going on, y'all? My comments. Hold on one second. Damn. Hold on. My comment section is. Do y'all like that song? I'm really feeling that song by Kevin Gates. It's called Stutter. It came out like a month ago, but I've been playing that song back to back to back to back to back. But you guys, so I came live because hold on one second. I'm doing things kind of backwards. Let me hold on, y'all. No. Okay. The comment section, the inbox is under fire. So I got some woke fans in the building. Hi. I got some woke fans in the building. So let me make something clear, right? So the live that I did last night. So basically, let me replay it, okay? Because let me pull it up and replay it because they saying upper light on Claressa. She was not fighting Remy Ma. That might be possible. But when you go onto my page, because a lot of people are saying that she did not fight Remy Ma, and that's true. However, when I did the live last night, I didn't know that. And I think I thought that I made it clear. But if I didn't make it clear, I'm here this morning to make it clear that last night when I went live addressing Claressa, I clearly stated that I'm not sure who she's talking about. I did not make any definites. I didn't say that I knew for sure. I said, if she's talking about Remy Ma, this is how I feel about that situation, right? I clearly said that. Y'all heard that, right? If y'all didn't hear it, I'm going to play it this morning. But after I play that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to who she was actually talking about, because one of my supporters sent it to me privately in my inbox. So I'm going to go ahead and play it. But let's play what I said last night, y'all. Let me pull it up. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Here's my video from last night. Well, should I do it like that? Hold on. Okay. Let me pull it up. So this is my video from last night. As y'all know, I'm not a fan of Clarissa Shields. So any of the commentary that I do on her, if you're a fan of hers and you don't want to piss yourself off, you might not want to listen to my commentary. I don't like Clarissa Shields. I don't like her. I've made that very, very clear in my commentary. The purpose of my platform is to give my opinion, and I'm going to always do that. My opinion is that she's weird. She needs to sit her ass down. She also needs to stop messing with people's husbands. I don't think that she's that great of a fighter. I also don't think that she's better than Leila Ali. And she needs to stop challenging damn near women that are over half her age, that have been retired for almost 2 decades. Now, I've already expressed these things. I'm not about to go over it again. I don't like Claressa. I think I don't think that she's a bad fighter, but I think that she's not as good as she thinks she is. That's my opinion. And I'm entitled to that, right? I'm gonna talk about something else in a minute. So this is the name of the live stream that I did last night. As you can see in the title, it says, "Did Clarissa Shields put them paws on Remy Ma?" I also covered Giovanni Pelletier last night. I'm gonna talk about that later on today. So if y'all want to hear like what was going on in that case of the missing, or he was missing, he was found unfortunately deceased. His name is Giovanni Pelletier. He was last seen or last with his 3 cousins on his father's side, and he's actually estranged from his father, so he didn't really know these cousins from a can of paint. The cousins are reporting that he got out of the car and he was acting erratically. He texted his mother and said, "Mom, help." That was the last time the mom had heard from the son. A week later, they found him unalive in a pond. What is it called? A small body of water, like a small pond, very close to his belongings. So very sad and unfortunate story, but it is some mystery around what happened to him, and it is some suspicion around the cousins. I'll talk about that later. So As you can see in this live stream, I put, did Clarissa Shields put pause on Remy Ma? So let's get into exactly what was said, okay? How I feel about Clarissa Shields. It's just something about her that makes my ass itch. Definitely makes my ass itch. Oh, shoot. Is it? Hold on. So, let me show y'all. I was confused. This video really quick that I saw. Let me see who came in. Dreamy Girl. Let me pull this. I'm starting to really feel like, because I remember the video, the live stream that I did on her, because I remember the video, the live stream that I did on her, hating on her, because see, we live. No, is this it? Tell me, you guys. Let me pull up. I'm trying to, hold on, y'all. Fight. This is very recent, where her and Papoose, they were in a talking to the media, and Clarissa Shields $1 million talking about some all. With your opinion, or is not necessarily favorable to that person, it doesn't always mean that they're hating on them. Not hating on her at all, but I'm just saying, in my opinion, she's not touching Leila Ali. That's just the fact. That's what I'm talking about, everything but the damn video, to be honest with you. Hold on one second. Let me see who is coming in. DM said, I can't stand her either. It's something about her that is very unlikable. I'm sorry, it just is. It just, I mean, hey Spicy Brown, what's going on, sis? Hey Christina Hardy, Lolita, Ronithia, Yolanda, that one, is Kara Baby, Terry Brown, Castriel. I did. I shouldn't even have to go through, but I'm just doing this because just to make. To be honest, I'm not gonna do that. If you want to listen to my commentary, you can, because I'm doing a lot of talking about other things. But as far as, hold on, let me see if I can history with the same weight class as you. I'm still talking about Leila. I'm not taking anything away from her. She's a good fighter, but she put hands. The Shields fans, y'all need to get in her comment. Legally married. You sound often. Like, where are her people?
Wait, if you were locked up in Illinois juvie at Cook County,
That's not. AI done got this good. She said that shit like it was. Fans of the person that you're a fan of, Queen Nana. However, you got to tell me, what is it about her that you love? Because she's wrong with Michigan Penny J, because we share the same. I ain't saying that punks are everywhere, but I'm just saying, like, what are y'all known for?
I wanted to see what it was like with that face-to-face confrontation, because that's what I'm about. That's what I'm about. You wanna do this? You wanna do all that tweeting, baby? I'm about this. You right. We do just need to fight. We do. Yes, we do. Yes. Come to 54 so I can show you what's up. Huh? Quit playing with me. No, because it get like that. I ain't even mean to put my hands on that girl. Lord, I have to catch myself. But she started putting her hand on my face. Girl. Huh. You done met your match. You met your match. You met your match, and you're mad. You're mad that you met your match. And that's okay. I mean, because I'm gonna give you what you.
I mean, but here's the thing. You bragging about just, oh my God, corporate. I mean, Mika. I'm about to get on that in a minute. That damn mouth be doing something. I don't know what it be doing. I don't know. The bottom teeth pushed in, and she just be a trained fighter. Remy, if that's who she's talking about here, that people are okay. Did y'all hear me say if that's who she's talking about? Did y'all hear that? I just want to make sure that y'all heard that. Y'all heard me clearly say if she's talking about Remy, correct? Okay, I'm just making sure that I'm not going crazy. Now, I understand that the thumbnail is misleading, but that's the nature of the blogging game. You make thumbnails to catch people's attention. But the title of the video is, did Clarissa Shields put them paws on Remy Ma? Okay, so that's a question because I was unsure. But now I have more information because one of my loyal supporters sent it to me, so I'm gonna play it. But I just want to make it clear to you guys that I stated in this video, if this is what happened, if this is what occurred, then this is how I feel. So I did not definitely say that she did it. So please don't come in my inbox, don't come in my comments, don't address me at all talking about what I lied about regarding Clarissa Shields. Okay, I clearly stated if, and I'm gonna play it again for those people in the cheap seats in the back. If she did it, this is how I feel. So please don't come at me crazy ever about a title or a thumbnail, whatever it is, especially if you did not watch my live stream in its entirety. Also, everything else that I stated about Clarissa Shields in that live that I did, I stand on that 10 toes down 155%. She needs to leave married men alone. I said what I said. You can be a fan of her art because boxing is an art, but when it comes to what she publicly displays, I'm not a fan of that. Is she a bad fighter? No. Is she as good as she thinks she is? I don't think so. That's my opinion. Is she as good as a lot of her fans make it seem? Personally, I don't think so, but that's my personal opinion. I don't think that she's all of that great. And what really turned me off from her is the audacity of her trying to call out Leila. I'm a fan of Leila Ali. I feel like she's disrespectful. She disrespected the pioneers in the game, and I think that it was in bad taste. Now, that's my opinion. Now, if you want to hear somebody praising the GOAT, this is not the channel that you need to come to. I'm just letting you know. I'm not about to be in the comments arguing with y'all about it. I said what I said. I don't like her. Ain't nothing that anybody says that's going to make me like her. So save your energy, okay? This is my channel, my opinion. I run things over here how I want to run things. Do we understood? Okay, you can give your opinion in the comment, but you can't check me, baby. Can't check me, boo, because I cover myself on all angles. I'm not defaming nobody. I'm very careful with my words. That's one thing about me. Very careful with my words. Let me play that back. I'm a trained fighter. Remy, if that's who she's talking about here, that people are alluding that she's talking about Remy Ma. I couldn't think of anybody else that she could be talking about. Now, if she's talking about Remy Ma, she dead wrong. Now, I said what I said, okay? I hope there's no further confusion or any further questions. I said if. Now, moving on, okay? We're not gonna dwell on that too long. Now, moving on. Oh, and here was another thing. I had a couple of people in the comments. I guess these people are from Michigan. I don't know. Maybe they're from Flint, Michigan. I don't know. But a lot of people from Michigan, it's a couple people in my comments from Michigan that was like, oh, you wrong. Because what I basically said was, what is Flint? Matter of fact, let me pull it back up because I don't need to pull it up. I remember what I said. I basically said Flint, Michigan. What? Because Clarissa said, I'm from Flint. I'm from Flint. I don't play that shit. And so, Delilah, shut up. Damn, I'm live, girl. Just to be clear, for anybody new in my chat, Delilah is a dog. I'm not telling a child to shut up. That's a dog. And she want attention and she ain't gonna get it right now. Okay? But so what I said was, Flint, a lot of people was dropping statistics in my comments. What's going on, Lupac? What'd she say? I don't even see Lupac. I just see people. Oh, Lupac said, I don't care. A lot of people don't care for her. She's nasty. She nasty and goofy. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? But I said, what is Flint known for? Because she said that like we supposed to. She said, I'm from Flint. I'm from Flint. And I'm like, okay, well, what the fuck? What do they do in Flint? What does that mean to me? So that was the purpose of me saying, what do they do in Flint, Michigan? People was dropping statistics in the chat. Oh, well, Flint, Michigan, just like Chicago. Is it? Oh, okay. Well, shit. I didn't know. I didn't know. Now, if Flint, Michigan is just like Chicago, if Flint, Michigan is on the top 10 crime ratings, okay, cool. I didn't know that. And I don't think a lot of people know that. I think most people know Flint, Michigan for the bad water. I think that most people know. I've never even heard of Flint, Michigan. The whole world knows Chicago, Illinois. When you walk up, you could go to West Bumblefuck, Alabama. I don't want to say Alabama because Amber from Alabama. You go to West Bumblefuck, West Virginia, and tell somebody you from Chicago, and they're gonna know what you're talking about. But if you tell somebody, but prior to the water crisis, if you was to say, "Yeah, I'm from Flint," they'd be like, "Where the fuck is that?" We probably wouldn't even know it was in Michigan. That's not even a shot at the people from Flint. It's just my feeling. And yes, I'm ignorant to that, I guess, because I didn't know that. But that's just a fact. Don't get mad at me because it's the truth. It's the truth. Most people, what else? I don't. When you mention Flint, okay. When somebody say, I'm not about to be arguing with the Michigan people in here, but I'm just gonna put it like this. When somebody mentions Flint, Michigan to you, what is the first thing that pops into your head? When somebody mentions Chicago, Illinois to you, what's the first thing that pops into your head? And don't say pizza. Just be honest. When somebody says Flint, Michigan to me, the first thing that pops in my head is dirty water. I'm just being honest. If you're mad about my opinion, I'm sorry. But when somebody says Flint, Michigan, crime does not pop into my head. That's not the first thing I think of when I hear Flint. When I hear I'm from Flint, Michigan, first thing I think of is, damn, how's it going out there with that water situation? That's what I think of. And if you're gonna sit here and say that when somebody come to you and say Flint, Michigan, if you say that you don't think about water, I don't believe you. When you think of Flint, Michigan, the first thing you're gonna think about is the water crisis. That's just what I believe. Ain't nobody thinking about crime when they thinking about Flint, Michigan. Ain't nobody going to Google to check. If I got to go to Google to check the statistics, and obviously the crime is not, it ain't as wide known as you believe it. Now, if you're from Michigan, you may know that. But if I'm from a different city or a different state, most likely I don't know nothing about that. Most likely all I know about is what was made widely public and on national news is the water crisis. I don't know nothing about no crime going on in Flint. I didn't know they got down like that in Flint, Michigan, but apparently they do. So for the people from Flint, Michigan, I'm sorry if I disrespected your city because I don't know about the crime rate. I apologize. I apologize for not knowing about the crime rate in Flint, Michigan. And just to correct myself, so everybody knows, Flint, Michigan is a very dangerous city and they got hitters out there. Apparently, this is what telling me. It's hitters out there making moves on some Frank Lucas shit in Flint, Michigan. So I'm upper is putting Flint on the map. Now, Flint, Michigan got some hitters out there, apparently, because that's what I'm being told. So I'm going to retract my previous statements when I said that Flint, Michigan ain't on shit. Flint, Michigan, I apologize. This is coming from my heart. I apologize that I don't know about the hitters in Flint, Michigan. I apologize for that. In all sincerity, I'm sorry. I didn't know Flint got down like that. Moving forward, I'm going to put some respect on y'all name. Okay? I'm going to put some respect on Flint, Michigan name. I do apologize that I didn't know that y'all got down like that. I just did. But moving forward, we now know that Flint, Michigan is known for more than dirty water. Now we know that y'all got some hitters out, y'all some killers out there. I'm gonna put some respect on it. Okay. Now can we move on? Okay, let's move on. Okay, I apologize to the 3,000 citizens of Flint, Michigan. I'm sorry. To the population of the 3,000 people out there in Flint, my bad. I didn't know y'all got down like that. Okay. Also, just real quick. If you're going to spit statistics in my chat, please understand who you're talking to, okay? Understand who you're talking to. If and these are not real numbers, but if you say have Flint, Michigan, right? And these are not real numbers. I'm just throwing something out there, and say the population of Flint, Michigan is 5,000 people. Then you got Chicago, and the population of Chicago is 1 million people. They're gonna look at Flint, Michigan, and they're gonna say that the crime rate is worse because more people are being arrested. Understand, I studied statistics, I studied criminal justice, I know to that. You understand? So just because a city has a higher crime rate does not make it more dangerous. It just means that more people are being apprehended, more documentation is being taken down, more people are being caught and captured for their crimes. That's what that means. It does not mean that anything different is going on in Flint than it is in Chicago, than it is in Detroit, than it is in New York. It don't mean that. So I just want to make that clear. When y'all go and Google these statistics and tell me that 80% of such and such and such, just understand that statistics can be skewed. Understand that. Because from being from Chicago, you can't convince me that Flint, Michigan get down worse than they do up here. Now, that's just my opinion. Now, that's an opinion. That's not a fact. Okay? So when you go look up statistics, you also have to understand how statistics work, how statistics are gathered, and how they're calculated. I'm going to give you an example. When you look at the statistics of, I just saw a video like this on Facebook. I posted, it was a young girl talking about statistics. When you look at the statistics of white people unalived by the police versus black people unalived by the police, you will see that yearly more white people are unalived by the police. Now, if you were just to look at that statistic, if that statistic at face value, you would be sadly misled regarding what's going on in the world. Very misled. The only reason that statistic exists, that more white people are unalived by the police than black people are unalived by the police to year, is because there are more white people in the world. Black people are still considered the majority. There are more white people, not in the world, I'm sorry, retract that, in the United States. So yes, statistically, it will show that more of them are being unalived by the police than black people. However, when you look further into the statistic and you calculate that there are too many black people being unalived, when you look at how many black people are actually populating the US, it actually outweighs the statistic of the Caucasians, because they're not being unalived at the same rate because there's more of them. So that when people throw that statistic, that's just an example I'm using. So be careful when you start talking about statistics. Sometimes you can't just go on Google and type it in and say, oh, look, the top 10 cities for the worst crime rate is A, B, and C. It's people out here that make a living studying statistics, and if it was that easy to just go online and look it up, we wouldn't have people to get paid to study it. So I'm just saying, no shade to the Flint people. Hold on. Oh. But yeah, just to throw that out there. Now let's get into who Clarissa was actually talking about. One thing about me, I don't have a problem coming back and giving the real deal. I don't have a problem coming back saying, oh, what I said yesterday. Remember yesterday when I said I think she was trying to fight Remy? I don't have a problem coming back correcting that. That's what content creators do. I'm not a news anchor. This ain't CNN. This ain't Fox News. And I'm not a journalist. I'm a blogger. Okay? So I gave my thoughts and opinions. Now, this was sent to me by a supporter. This is who she was actually talking about. This fighter's name is Alicia Baumgardner. Okay, and this is who she was talking about. Here, let's. so before I even get too deep into it now, she did say in the video that she did yesterday, not yesterday, the video that I covered yesterday, she said that the girl kept putting her hand in her face. But look at how you getting in her face though. You know, being a book. Look at how you all up in her face.
You always want to be. You cannot want to be.
Hold on, she's not trying to get in her face. Clarissa is trying to get in this woman's face to the point where this man got to put his arm between them.
You always want to be. You cannot want to be. I want it. You are so jealous. You're envious. You always want to be. You cannot want to be. Never. You can never. I want to be. You can never. You are one-time undisputed champ, and then you are drug team, and then you have split decisions. Split decisions. What the fuck is a drug team bomb? Clarissa getting knocked out. You're not getting knocked out. Who are you knocking out? For real. Come on, who is she? Who is she? I'm not a drug team. That's what we know. We know I ain't no drug team. That's what we know. We know I'm not one-time undisputed. When last time I had a split decision? Split decision.
Well, I mean, that is true, Clarissa. You don't be knocking people out, but I mean, let me go.
Insecurity. What insecurity do I have? If y'all know a woman, this woman. Do you know a woman? This woman wants to. Don't nobody want to be no drug team and no fucking loser. She get all these split decisions. Who are you knocking out? Again, an insecure woman. Listen again, an insecure woman who wants to be a drug team with Alicia. You might as well give me steroids too. Give me steroids. Yeah, and I want you to shut my mouth up. Shut me up.
But you all in her face though. How you do y'all see that? This is what I be talking about with Clarissa, bro. Like, how you, this is what y'all could like this motherfucker if y'all want to. I don't like her. I don't like her. I can't say it. I don't like her. Because she even still at the same token, you got, okay, she did put her hand in Clarissa's face. But Clarissa, look at how close you are to her face. If you're that close to somebody's face and you're leaning in trying to get closer, they have a right to block your face. Like, why are you in my face like that? But Clarissa went live and said she put her hands in my face. No, you are being aggressive.
Yeah, and I want you to
Look at this happen. Hold on, let me see.
Shut me up. 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 Do it. Do it. You ain't done shit, but
Now the folks did think Clarissa was finna whoop her ass though, because as soon as she slapped that hand down, you see that man came out of nowhere like, oh, hold on. Because when you're a trained fighter like that, you can't even be touching people for real. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's another fighter, y'all not in the ring, y'all ain't got no gloves on. They probably thought it was about to get ugly. So yeah, you got to be careful with how you carrying yourself. You a trained boxer.
shut me up. 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 Do it. Do it. You ain't done shit, but insecure about what? You could never be. I don't want to be a fucking drug team loser.
Imagine being able to.
She went live talking about that like she whooped her ass or something. She ain't did nothing but flick her finger. She ain't even do nothing. That wasn't even nothing to really even make a video about or go live about. She didn't do nothing. She flicked her hand away. It was a little damn argument, and she flicked her hand away. Shout out to my supporter for sending me that video. I do appreciate you. Lupac said, I seen this video months ago. Is Clarissa trying to set up a fight with her or something? I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know. You don't have to knock people out to be the GOAT. No, you don't have to knock people out to be. I'm going to say this. You don't have to knock people out to be the GOAT. You can be the GOAT without knocking people out. And for her, this is what I'm going to say about Clarissa, right? I'm going to make sure I say this again. I don't think that Claressa is a bad fighter. I don't think that. But in my opinion, Leila Ali is and forever will be the GOAT. And ain't nobody came after her that outdid her, in my opinion, that did anything close to what she did. That's just my opinion. But I don't think that Claressa is a bad fighter at all. And I don't think she's a bad fighter at all. I don't think that she's a phenomenal fighter either. Like, she ain't doing nothing and I'm like, oh shit, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like the last fight that she just had in Detroit on the 26th, I was just like, that was mediocre. You know what I mean? It was boring. It was mediocre. It wasn't nothing to it. I just don't see what the big deal is. Sabi said she's very cocky. Chrissy said right upper. Miss White said, like my, hey Blueberry, like my little town of 25,000, my little hometown of 25,000 ranks in the most dangerous in the US. Yeah, that's what I'm saying when it comes to crime ratings. And then primarily also that's because it's easier for law officials and law enforcement to keep a small area contained. So when it's a small community, it's easier to fight crime. In other words, it's easier to catch perpetrators. It's easier to lock people up and throw people in jail. They usually are not understaffed for the most part. So the statistics will show more in a smaller city. Just like Chicago is very close to in proximity to East St. Louis, Illinois. Now, East St. Louis, Illinois is a smaller town, but it is ranked higher in crime than Chicago, Illinois. And most people are like, what? Like, is East St. Louis that bad? East St. Louis is bad, but it's definitely not worse than Chicago. But it ranks higher because it's easier to keep that area contained. Chicago is a huge city. A lot of crime is either not documented, is not caught, or people are not arrested. People are not people are unalived all the time, and the crime goes unsolved. So that happens a lot because this is a huge undercity, a huge metropolitan area where we are understaffed with law enforcement. So the statistics can be skewed. They are skewed. So that's just what it is. I mean, people being Green River, Mississippi, talking about they ranking number 2 on crime rate. And I'm just like, who, what? But I'm just saying. Roz is not in agreement. Roz says Flint not catching nobody doing wrong. So Roz is saying that Flint really do have them hitters out there, and I need to put some respect on Flint, Michigan name. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start putting a little bit more respect on Flint, Michigan. I do apologize to my Michigan people for my ignorance. Lisa R said, I'm trying hard to like her, but I can't. I ain't even trying. Because why? People want them to be black love is sickening. And to be honest with you, if Papoose makes her happy, then that's what's up. That's great. My thing with her and Papoose is I just don't agree with how she's flaunting it. I don't agree with that. Where you from don't make you tough. I agree with that too. Where you from don't make you tough. And that's why when Clarissa Shields went live and said, I'm from Flint, I was like, okay. I was just like, okay. That's the reason why I said that anyways, because she was saying it like we supposed to. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. What's something up? Hold on. Damn, let me go to my Facebook. Let me go to my Facebook. The reason why I said that anyway is because when beefing with old girl, now we know it wasn't Remy Ma. When she was beefing with old girl, the first thing she said was that she was from Flint. Like that was supposed to mean something. So that's why I brought it up in the begin with. You know what I mean? But let's play it again. This is what y'all girl Clarissa said, not me. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to understand. Y'all, I'm on my Facebook. I'm from Flint. I'm from Flint, baby. You know what smell like. Oh. That's what she said, you know. Hold on. That's what I mean. Y'all asking me, y'all gotta ask Clarissa. She
know what smoke is, baby. I'm from Flint. I'm from Flint, baby. Quit playing with me. I ran up on that hoe. Quit playing.
Y'all heard her right. Upper didn't say that. Upper didn't make that up. Upper is not saying that you tough because of where you from. I said that she brought up Flint, Michigan, as if that made her tough. Didn't she just say that? Baby, you don't even know what smoke is, baby. I'm from Flint, Michigan. This what the quote said. So I'm just saying what she said. That's what she said. She said she from Flint, so that means that, you know, she might not want to smoke with her. You know, that's what y'all girls saying. Hold on.
Cause baby, you don't even know what smoke is, baby. I'm from Flint. I'm from Flint, baby. Quit playing with me. I ran up on that hoe. Quit playing. So I ran up on her.
Said it with her whole chest. Said it with her whole chest. And now that I actually saw the video, I now see that now that I saw the whole video, I now see that she was all up in that girl face, to be honest with you. She was making it seem like the girl was disrespecting her. You know? No, we know she from Flint, Roz. The point is that she said it like it meant that she was tough or something. So we know where she from. But she mentioned it in this particular stream here, like that's supposed to mean something to people. Okay, you might be coming in a little late, but the reason why we're talking about that is because a lot of people in the comments was throwing out statistics because I didn't know what that was supposed to mean. That she was saying she was from Flint, like that was supposed to mean something, like as far as her going back and forth with somebody. So me personally, I said, well, I don't know what that's supposed to mean. What is Flint known for other than the dirty water? And, you know, a lot of the Michigan people got in the comments and they was, I guess, kind of feeling away. They're like, no, we rated number 2 on the crime. And I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, all right. But I can't lie. I got to be honest. This is my, channel. If I don't know nothing about Flint, then I don't. Roz said, don't nobody want smoke with Michigan. Okay, so y'all heard that, right? So if anybody in this chat is from anywhere else, I'm letting you know now. Roz said they got heavy hitters in Michigan. Flint, I don't know about Flint, but she said they got hitters in Michigan. Roz, I'm going to let you have that. I'm going to give you that one. I believe you. Alexis says she is hard for coming from Flint because she had to survive that. That might be what it is. That's why she got that speech impediment. That's why she got that damn speech impediment.
She wants to talk about that shit. Fight me. I wanted to see what it was like with that face-to-face conversation because
I'm not scared of nobody that's finna be stuttering. But you know what? Most boxers do be. I think it's because they be getting hit a lot. Most boxers, well, not all of them, but a lot of boxers be having speech issues and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of boxers be having like speech impediments and stuff. Like, look at what's the Mike Tyson? They be sounding weird. I think they be getting hit too much in their head or whatever. Okay. I feel like I cleared that up, y'all. I don't want to hear nothing else about the quote or y'all's quote until I'm ready to cover her again, okay? Because y'all going real hard in the comments, but I guess that's what it's for. That's why I made the thumbnail the way I made it, because I knew it would get attention. Oh, Clarissa Shields put hands on Remy Ma. Okay. I knew that it wasn't for sure, but that's the point of being a content creator. You create thumbnails and titles that gets people to watch your content. And once they get there, they like the content or they don't. You know what I mean? So y'all don't be offended. I do apologize to my Michigan people. However, I got to say I stand on everything I said regarding Clarissa Shields. Okay, I don't like her. Oh, I said him. I'm sorry. I don't like her. So that ain't going to change. No matter how many comments that y'all write inside of the comment section is for y'all to give y'all opinion. So I don't mind that. But just know I'm not going to change my opinion. I'll heart the comment, I'll read it. I appreciate the what is it, the engagement, but writing in the comments a paragraph to try to convince me of something is just not gonna, it's not going to change what I believe. That's just it. I'm done. Alexis, I think Mike's speech been like, has it? Oh, okay. I thought he just started talking like that after he started boxing. Ron said, I'm one of them. By the time the water got bad, she was not in Flint. Oh, okay. She was not in Flint when the water got bad. Damn, when did the water get bad? I ever since I can remember that. Hold on, let me look that up. That's an interesting. Hold on, let me see. Hold on. When did the water crisis? Okay, so the water crisis in Flint, Michigan began in April of 2014 when the city of Flint, Michigan switched its water source from Detroit's water system to the Flint River as a cost-saving measure. This switch exposed residents to lead-contaminated water due to inadequate treatment and pipe corrosion. I hope I'm saying that right. Yeah, I think I am. So in April 2014. So is the water in Flint good now? Let me see. And does Clarissa Shields' family still live in Flint? Okay, so it says here that according to the state of Michigan, Flint's water system has met state and federal standards for lead. And I still wouldn't drink that shit. If I lived out there, I still wouldn't drink that shit. Let me look at my comments. Hold on. Hey, Tyrese with the T. I want to do my. Where? Rob said, I'm not offended. I know the truth. The truth about what? What do you know the truth about? Things Upper says on her podcast and comments in the chat are opinions, personal views, alleged and assumed fair use act. Thank you, Bullseye. Ms. White said, yes, Upper, they be skewed and have more CTE than football players. Oh, really? Do they? I think me and you talked about that before, Miss White. I can never remember the guy's name, but it was a football player that it was a crazy documentary about it on Netflix. It might still be on Netflix, but the football player ended up unaliving some people, and it turned out that I think he actually unalived himself too, and it turned out that they studied his brain, and he had a condition called CTE from too much trauma to his head while he was engaging in the sport. Alexis said, I seen that they supposed to have gotten into it at the BET Awards and Remy drug her some. Don't know how true that is. I saw something like that too. I don't know if that's true or not. Getting knocked in the head too much overtime, yeah. Roz, I'm saying somebody did. Upper Chat GPT would have told you. Oh, okay. About the water. Okay, I asked Chat GPT. See, I'm still old school. I'm still asking Google. Alexa said, me either. I don't drink faucet water nowhere. Bullseye says a professional boxer can affect speech, repetitive head trauma. See, it's true. I told y'all, particularly hold on one second. Blows comment in boxing can lead to chronic traumatic. Is that okay? That's the words for the acronym. Chronic traumatic encephalopathy. Did I say that right? Encephalopathy. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but in other words, CTE. Speech impairment, including Dysphoria, slurred and unclear speech is one of the potential consequences. Clarissa weaponizes her craft and uses it to bully people, and I don't like that. Thank you, Lupa. That's what I don't like about her. She's a bully. She a bully. She is. She has, and it's a difference. People like say, oh, she's cocky because she's a boxer. She's supposed to be cocky. It's a difference. Her attitude sucks. I don't care what nobody say. That's just my opinion. Gonna stay that. Lupac says she has an all-around bad attitude to say she comes from such humble beginnings. I did, and I heard that they made, I need to catch that. I don't know if it's a movie or a documentary, but I hear that it was some sort of project done about her. I want to say it was like a documentary or something. I would like to see it because I did hear that she came from rather humble beginnings, and I would like to see, you know, everything that she went through. I enjoy watching stories of like rags to riches type thing. It's inspiring, you know what I mean? And I'm sure that, you know, it took that confidence to get where she is, but she can chill now. You know what I mean? She don't have to act like she acts. And that's just my opinion. Hernandez. CTE is a degenerative brain disease that progressively damages the brain over time. CTE is incurable and permanent and worsens slowly, eventually leading to dementia. Wow. Encephalopathy. Okay. Thank you. She could not speak until she was 5 and stuttered ever since. Oh, so she did. Oh, so she did have a speech impediment, huh? Okay, I can tell there's something going on. I could tell that from listening to her. There's something. It's like the way you can. I don't even know how to explain it, y'all. But if y'all watch enough of her interviews, it's like the way that she fixes her mouth when she talks. It's like she pulls her lips in. It's a weird. I don't know. It's something about it that I didn't even know that, but I knew it was something going on with her speech. Let me see.
Baby, you don't even know what smoke is, baby. I'm from Flint. I'm from Flint, baby. Quit playing with me. I ran up on a hoe. Quit playing. So I ran up on her. She want to talk all that shit. Fight me.
Wait, damn, she didn't start talking till she was 5 years old, so she didn't start talking till she was in grade school. Wow, really? Bullseye said, so basically, like I said earlier, it's also called the Jello brain effect. Okay. Honeybee Marie said, facts. Pop. Lupac says she can't accept the fact that regardless of her record, Leila will always have the better record than her. Say that shit. And people consider Leila to really be the GOAT, which is why she challenged her. Period. That's my thing, though, Lupac. This is my thing. I respect that she wants to fight Leila. Like, that's cool. But don't try to downplay her accomplishments. And that's what she was doing in some of them interviews. She's not the GOAT. She's not a better fighter than me. I accomplished way more than her. Girl, are you sick in the head? Are you a little bit slow? You walking around this bitch with 3 knockouts. Leila in her career, matter of fact, Leila's career, it was shorter than Clarissa's career. And she still was able to knock out over 20 people and was undefeated. So you're gonna sit here. It's always, come on, just stop it. Just listen. The woman is one of a kind. There's nobody like Leila Ali, and there never ever will be anyone else like Leila Ali. So let's just pay homage to the greats. This is the thing about people that I don't like. Saying that somebody else is great does not take away from you. If you say this person, damn, she did her thing back in the day, she's a pioneer in the game, she opened the door for a lot of us other female boxers. We have a lot more opportunity now in this sport because of her. It's nothing wrong with admitting that. That doesn't take anything away from your talent. You could even challenge her without dragging her, though. That's my thing. Like, Clarissa, you good, but you not Leila Ali, baby girl. Let's just keep it a thou bow. I'm never gonna say Clarissa's not a good fighter, but she's not Leila. There's a lot of people that don't like her. Clarissa also mentioned she was S8 at like age 5 or 7. You know what? It's funny that you say that, True Slayer, because when I forget who it was, it might have been Rise. When somebody put it in my comments a little further up, and that she didn't speak until she was 5. I didn't want to say it, but the first thing I was thinking it was she must have experienced some sort of trauma or something. Because if she wasn't developmentally delayed in any way, it had to be trauma or something. Because a lot of times that'll delay speech. And never had her own bed until age 17. She's been through it and came a mighty long way. Yeah, big ups to her. Big ups to Clarissa for coming such a long way. I'm not going to take that away from her either. But just like she wants to be recognized from regarding where she is now compared to where she came from, she should definitely get her kudos for that. And she definitely deserves respect for having the discipline and the drive to get to where she is today. But she don't have the right to take that away from nobody else. That's my point. So you came a mighty long way, but you're going to end up dragging yourself back down the rags if you don't humble your fucking self. Because you can congratulate yourself, you can celebrate you without trashing somebody else. I will never, ever, ever respect that she talked like that about Leila Ali. Because I'm thinking that she got to have something wrong with her. She's sick in the head or something to actually think that she's better than Leila. That's all I'm saying. You can never compare to Leila Ali. You never will. You have not yet. So let's just keep that there. That's really the only problem. That's what turned me off from Clarissa. I actually kind of liked her at first. But when she started talking crazy about Leila, I stopped liking her due to that. Let me tell you, I got a big issue with people that do that. Because I remember when Nicki Minaj had first came out, the woman refused to admit that she was inspired by Lil' Kim. She was literally dressing like Lil' Kim, acting like Lil' Kim, doing everything that Lil' Kim did. Music was very similar to Lil' Kim music. Everything was goddamn the same. But every time somebody would ask her was she inspired by Lil' Kim, she would get offended. That turned me off from Nicki Minaj for quite some time. I'm a fan of hers now. But I just didn't like that. Like, why are you pay homage to those that came before you? Why are you offended that somebody is saying, hey, were you inspired by this person? When people that are successful and continue to go far and have longevity in their entertainment careers, those are the people that are able to say, hey, this person inspired me. Beyonce can say, hey, I was inspired by Michael Jackson. I was inspired by Diana Ross. I was inspired by Tina Turner. Those people inspired me, and I take a lot of what I do from them. She has said that. Those people were my inspiration. Michael Jackson, one of the biggest superstars of all time, of the whole world, was able to humble himself and say, James Brown inspired me. I got a lot of my moves from James Brown. I loved watching him. I love James Brown. He inspires me. And Michael Jackson grew to be much bigger than James Brown, but he was humble enough to say that he was inspired by someone. His moves came from somewhere. He did not create everything. He got it from somewhere. This person opened up the door for him to be who he is. I will always respect somebody that is able to pay homage to those that came before them. And if you can't do that, then I can't respect you. Period. There's nothing new under the sun. Everybody got something from somewhere. So Clarissa would get my respect when she start humbling herself, because there's only a certain level of cockiness that you need to be as a boxer. She goes too far, in my opinion. So her trans need therapy, not bullying. Good morning. Look who Leila. Everybody keeps saying that. Why do everybody keep saying y'all need to get out these blogs and stop reading these comments, because now y'all just starting to just repeat what y'all reading. Leila fought real boxers. The people that Leila was fighting in her time were real boxers. They may not be the same type of boxers that Clarissa is fighting, but these are two different genres, two different times. Those people that Leila was fighting at the time were challenging for Leila at the time. Okay? So We're not gonna take that away from Leila Ali. Talking about look at who she fought. She didn't fight real boxers. Nobody's gonna throw a stay-at-home mom in the ring with Muhammad Ali's daughter. So let's just kill that rumor, okay? That she wasn't fighting real boxers. That's another tactic to take away her accomplishments, and I just can't let that. I can't let that happen. The movie is on Prime. It's called The Fire Inside. And even on the movie, she lost a fight to a Russian girl during Olympic trials, and she could never get over that. I'm going to watch that tonight. I'm going to watch it tonight. Rod said Layla started this. Okay. Battery X. What's going on? It's the first. She would beat Layla ass. Okay. Well, I don't, you know what? I don't know if she would beat Layla's ass because Layla's not going to fight her. So we would never know. It's the Flint water that got her delusional. I believe that's what it is as well. Good morning, Nikki. I think that might have been what happened. Alexis said, hell, she challenged anyone. She challenged Tashiki. You know what? That situation with her and Tashiki, I'm going to say this. The fans and stuff hype that up because I don't think that I don't think she really wanted to fight Tashiki for real. I think the fans was trying to get them to fight or whatever. And I think, you know, in true Clarissa fashion, she got online and addressed it. Tashiki addressed it. Then it caused a rift between them. But I don't think they, you know. Clarissa's acting like a tyrant medieval king. Lupac said the crazy part is Layla said the only way she would even entertain the thought of fighting Clarissa is for 15 mil or more. She never said she would actually fight, just entertain the thought. She did say that. She never said that she would for sure fight her. And then she said 15 million or more. She never set the amount. She never set the amount. She said 15 million or more. That girl ran and got that $15 million. The reason that she wants to fight Layla is because she knows that Layla is an icon. So she wants to be able to say, I beat Layla. She wants to be able to say, I beat Layla. So if somebody, just like, this is a smaller scale, but just like in content creation, people mention certain content creators for clout, right? So I'm gonna use me for an example. I hear my name all the damn time, and I don't even pay attention to these clowns. You know what I'm saying? Like they're clowns to me. I don't even pay attention to these clowns, but they mention my name all the damn time. Somebody just made a video of me, and I don't pay attention to it because you peons. You know what I'm saying? But you know, certain content creators are gonna mention other like for instance, do you know how many views I would get if I scheduled a live right now and said, fuck you, Lupac, it's up, and scheduled a live for 7 p.m. Central tonight? The whole sector, I had 10,000 people in my chat. So it's a marketing strategy. It's for popularity. I know Layla is an icon. So if I can say that me and Layla are going back and forth, then that's going to bring me traction and bring me popularity. And if I beat her, then I'm really the GOAT. If I beat Leila Ali, you can't tell me nothing. If she wasn't a dynamic fighter, she wouldn't want to fight her because it wouldn't mean anything. So if anything, Leila Ali should be very honored that she wants to fight her so bad that she went out and got 15 million. Because if she was a nobody, then Clarissa wouldn't be trying to fight her. That just is what it is. I say that on YouTube. If I was nobody, you wouldn't keep my name in your mouth. If I was nobody, you wouldn't be talking about me on your live stream. If I was nobody, you wouldn't have made a video about me. So people don't pay attention to peons. Peons beg for attention. Real goats get attention without asking for it, whether it be positive or negative. Upper Layla started this. I saw the first comment, Rise. GD said Layla start this, her ego, y'all. She take care of men green ass. Fact, she is better than Layla. Watch boxing. Alexis said, okay now. Lolita said, yes, big ups to Clarissa for pulling herself out the gutter. However, she's still an asshole. She is. Rise, Michigan, stand up like Clarissa talking ish, but she could pipe down a little bit about Layla specifically. Facts. That's all I'm saying. Even if Layla would fight her, regardless of the outcome, it's a lose-lose for Clarissa because if Layla wins, she just got beat up by a 48-year-old. And if she loses, it's someone 17 years younger, right? And people keep saying, why does she want to fight that 48-year-old woman? I'm telling you why. She want to fight her because of her name. She wants to be able to say that she beat Leila Ali because Leila Ali is an icon. She's a pioneer. She's Black history. So she wants to be able to say, I beat Black history. Nikki said Nikki was something else, was arrogant and ish, but she's all right now. My husband is in a study group with the Concussion Legacy Foundation, where they track biomarkers, neurological testing. They don't know until deceased, but they tried to narrow it down. I didn't know that. So you can't detect CTE until the person is deceased. Wow. Like there's no scans they can do. If I was Layla, I wouldn't even give her any. I wouldn't give her the time of day either. Layla started this and looked up to Layla, and she looked up to Layla. Watch the fights. I do watch the fights, Roz. I don't think that Clarissa is a better fighter than Leila Ali. Layla was knocking bitches out. She definitely was. I think that, now I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I want to say Leila Ali in her career probably had like 28 fights and knocked out like 22 of them. Now those are awesome statistics. I ain't gonna go over it again because I did it in a previous live stream. But just hold on. I do have to go over it. Hold on. So Leila Ali retired with 24-0. So she had 24 fights and didn't lose any. So she won every fight she ever had. Out of 24 fights, she knocked out 21 of those people. That's a fighter. Leila Ali said in one of her interviews, it's a science to knocking people out. It's a science to boxing. And that's why she was able to knock out 21 people out of 24. Not to mention her daddy is Muhammad Ali. So we understand. Clarissa Shields, on the other hand, 17-0. She still ain't had it. At this point, it might be 18, but I'm going to say 17 to be, because I don't know if they're including that fight from the 26. Because if they are, then that'll be 18. But I'm just going to read this. 17-0. So out of 17 people, Clarissa has knocked out 3. I'm gonna just set that there and let y'all do what y'all want to do with that. Okay. Oh yes, they were. Christine Martin. Ross said, I didn't say that. Pearlie said, honestly, Clarissa ain't fighting real boxers, especially the last one. Did y'all the last boxer that Clarissa was fighting? The whole time I was just sitting there like, let me turn this shit off. The boxer was bobbing and weaving. Clarissa was punching the air. I didn't know what was going on. I said, let me turn this shit off. Yeah, she ended up winning, but I'm like, what? The fight was trash. It was the fight from beginning to end was trash. Period. Point blank. Clarissa came out singing "Whoop That Trick." I didn't know what was going on. Of all people, she could have did the walkout with. She did the walkout with Rick Ross. I just said this shit is corny. This is just trash from beginning to end. Alexis Graham said her being with Papoose is overshadowing her accomplishments to me, because right now that's how I found out about her. Yeah, I knew about Clarissa Shields before Papoose. Yeah, I knew about her before. I actually liked her before Papoose. Lupac, she over it because she fought her in the pros and beat her ass. Alexis Graham said the fans did. She fell for it. Michelle said Clarissa is a damn animal. She fought in cage. Lisa said the only thing Layla said, she don't see no competition to come out of retirement. Clarissa took it as Layla was talking about her. Yeah, I did. You know what, Lisa? I was not about to go back and forth with the comments. I already knew that though. But I'm just gonna let people have it. You know, folks like, people gonna think what they want to think. Just like people got a right to their opinion, just like I got a right to my opinion. But that is a fact though. Layla did not attack Clarissa. Clarissa took what she said as a personal attack to the point where she even called. Well, I don't think that she called her. I think that she went on live and made it seem like Clarissa or like Leila was talking about her, but she was just saying in general, she didn't see anybody that was boxing in that moment that would make her want to come out of retirement. She did not put a name on it. So when people throw that falsehood around that Leila was talking about her in the interview, no, she wasn't. And after that interview, that's when Clarissa started talking shit. I mean, that's just literally how it happened. That's literally how it happened. Yeah, exactly. She got a point to prove. Leila don't have a point to prove. I love that about Leila. I love that about Leila. She don't have a point to prove. She like, shit, I already proved my point 20 years ago. I ain't got to get back in the ring with your young ass. You know? Well, Roz, if that's not the reason, what's the reason? Pearlie said 100. Darlene said you're right. Nikki said the only name be good on her resume. Alexis sure do. True Slayer said Leila should have said an amount that she would have actually accepted to fight, or not said 15 million to 20 million at all, in my opinion. I agree with that. She should have just said no. Jackie Moore said no wonder she talks so. I think she should have said no. She don't want to fight again. She been retired for 20 years. I don't think that it's because she's intimidated by Clarissa, because Clarissa's not a better fighter than Leila was in her prime. But I think it's because she's just out. She's not ready to get in the ring. She's been out of the ring for over 20 years. So she should. I agree with that, True Slayer. She should have said no. Leila is now 47. If that girl wanted to box, I think she's 48. If that girl wanted to box her, she should have started earlier. Leila Ali never lost a professional boxing match. She retired with a perfect record of 24 wins and 0 losses. Don't forget to add 21 knockouts, Dolly. She looked at Leila as a big sister, but felt Leila disrespected her. Well, you know, the thing about feelings is that nobody is responsible for your feelings. So if that's how you feel, then that's your responsibility. Leila came out and said she wasn't talking about her. She said she was saying in general, she didn't see anybody that she personally feels like is so good that she needs to come out of retirement for, that it was not a dig at her, but she took it as a dig. So she's responsible for her own feelings. She can't put her feelings off on anybody else. If that's how her slow ass interpreted it, then that's how she interpreted it. You can't get mad at somebody for what they say because of how you interpreted it. But she might not be smart enough to understand that. Nikki said, Ali said she would think about it if she would do. Think about it if she never said she would do it. She did leave it kind of open-ended. D. Hampson in her boardroom, she referred to Leila, Muhammad Ali's daughter, to me. In her boardroom, she referred to Leila Ali as Muhammad Ali's daughter. To me, that was disrespectful because Leila is her own person. She's her own person, and she made her own name. Not only that, but I believe that Muhammad Ali has more children than just Leila Ali. So just being his child does not mean that you're going to be excelled into some great boxing career. You actually have to do the work and have the talent, and that's what Leila did. So I agree with that, D-Ham. Alexis said D-Ham correct. Bullseye said D-Ham, Leila made a name for herself. She just happened to follow in her dad's footprints. Yep, facts. Rod said Lupac, Leila fought someone that many years older than her. New Pat pump her head up. Yes, Leila can go 10 rounds. She retired 2007 with a perfect record with 21 of those wins. Knockout. Rissa better set her tail as someone else, because she knocked them all out first before the 10th round. That is not a fighter. A fighter go 10 rounds. Oh my goodness, Roz. Give it up, Roz. Give it up, Roz. Not necessarily, Roz. She clipped one, but kind of knocked out two. Roz said, I was in the audience. That was a good fighter. She kept running. Oh, you were in the audience that day? She's a good fighter. Well, did you see something different than what we seen on TV, or what we seen you know, in virtually, what did you see? Because I saw a whole lot of running around the ring. I saw a whole lot of punching the air. I saw a whole lot of running and chasing. I didn't know what was going on. That fight sucked. It really did. Now I'm not saying she's a bad fighter, but that fight was not good. She won, but I mean, I probably could have gotten that motherfucking beat that girl up. She was running and shit, scared. She wasn't taking it serious. I mean, I just don't feel like the fight wasn't it wasn't nothing in the fight happened that stuck out to me like, damn, you know, that type shit. You know what I mean? That is disrespectful. Lisa, that is disrespectful. What did Lisa say that's disrespectful? Lisa? What'd she say? What'd she say that's disrespectful? I don't know. Layla said there's no competition out there. That was a dig. Is Clarissa Shields the only fighter that's fighting right now? If it was a dig at Clarissa, then or if it was a dig, then why does Clarissa feel like the dig was at her? Why couldn't it be at anybody else? Why does Clarissa feel like that was towards her? I'm just wondering. So you got to be careful when somebody was sandal up in the air and you slap that bitch on when it falls. Okay, you allow that somebody throw a shoe up in the air, you allow that motherfucker to fall right on your foot. If she didn't say her name, then she can't prove that she was talking about her. So when somebody says something subliminally, your best bet is to just shut up because you don't know who they talking about. They could be talking about anybody. So actually, when you respond to a subliminal, if that's what that was, you're actually saying that I believe that what you're saying is about me. Why would you believe that? Do you think that you're a bad fighter? If you're not a bad fighter, why would I be talking about you specifically? That's all I'm saying. So when people say that Layla started it, you can't say she started it because she didn't say her name. If she feels like nobody's out there that will really be competition for her, then she is entitled to her feeling. But that's not an attack against Clarissa. And if she took it as an attack, then that shows her level of maturity, and it shows her comprehension skills, and it shows her emotional intelligence for her to get mad behind a comment that was made without her name in it. So when people say the baby a little slow, there may be a little bit of truth to that. Okay? I'm just saying. Danny said that's her opinion. Don't get me wrong. I love Layla. Kara said, woo child. Nikki said, let's keep it real. Clarissa was missing a lot of punches, but good body shots. But Clarissa opponent was running. She was running. She was probably scared. Roz, that's what I said. She was running. It was at everyone. It was at class. Well, if it was at everybody in the damn weight class, why Clarissa the only one to getting mad about it? What the hell? Oh, thank you, Miss White, for that membership. Oh, okay. That's okay, Terry. All right, I gotta go, y'all. I'm done. The point of this live was to kind of just go over what I talked about yesterday. No, she wasn't talking about Remy Ma, but I also came live to make it very clear that I clearly did not say that she absolutely was. So y'all stop going back and forth in the comments. Don't inbox me no more about the shit, okay? Also, I said what I said. I don't like the motherfucker. All right. Now, the woke fans are allowed to engage in the comments, but please keep it respectful. Okay. I'm about to go. I appreciate all of the engagement. I appreciate the likes. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. We're gonna be doing a little bit more controversial reaction lives because I kind of like these debates. That's why I named myself the Great Debater. I actually enjoy a nice, healthy, respectful debate. I really do. So if you want to hear more of my content and you're just in the bushes, make sure that you come back and you hit that or make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure that you hit the notification bell. That way you'll be notified of anytime I go live. make sure you hit the notification bell. The reason I say that, y'all, is because as y'all can tell, y'all know me by now, I don't ever schedule my lives. I don't ever say, oh, I'm going live at such and such time at 7 p.m. I never do that anymore. So you're literally going to have to hit the notification bell in order to know when I go live on both channels. Also, remember, when you hit the notification bell, hit the bell, but then make sure that you scroll up once you hit it and select all. Because if you just hit the bell, it won't give you all of the content that I post. It won't alert you of everything. So make sure that you hit the bell and press all. So anything that I put, even when I post something on my community wall, it'll let you know. So Hood Live. Glad I caught Hood Live. Are you saying hood or good? Good. Savvy said good. All right, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all go. I got to go. Y'all have a wonderful Monday. Get out there, make the donuts, and I will see you guys soon. All right, y'all. Peace.